check. Check. My mic's on. Are we good? Am I good? Am I good? Am I good? How we sounding? Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. P to A to the N to the. Alright. Good?
Mic check.
My lips is on the mic. Is it still good?
Kind of close. What you gotta do, bro?
Did it work?
I'm just gonna leave with that phone.
Yeah.
I'm messaging.
No, because I was doing too much.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you're really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk up a little bit more. I'm gonna get excited. I'm gonna get a little excited.
We are ready! Yay! I'm so excited. Alright, so first of all, I'm gonna tell y'all, I got a few cards. I'm so excited. Really yellow. I just wanted to share that with everybody. They're yellow.
What color are they?
Amarillo. It is Hispanic Heritage Month. They are amarillo.
I'm guessing how this is doing.
All right. I guess I can do that.
Hello.
I got yellow cue cards.
Good.
All right, sorry. All right, so we are back.
Hey.
We have a guest tonight. His name is Mr. J.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're gonna start this all over. Ready? Start over.
Absolutely.
Come again to like that. All right. Just people being weird on TikTok right now. It's really getting on my nerves. All right.
That's some haters, but they trying to jump on the line.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
bots.
I like that crowd you got over
No,
there.
that's a bot. They're bots.
Those bots trying to get on and go live.
Welcome to Panagasms. I am your hyper hostess Panda, and this is my lovely guest tonight of the evening, Jay. How you doing, Mr. J?
I'm good. It's your friendly neighborhood DJ, Jay Spriggs. I'm in the building.
Jay Spriggs is in the building. DJ Jay Spriggs is in the building. Welcome, DJ Jay Spriggs.
I'm so excited to be here.
Are you? Tell me why you're excited to be here.
Can I swear?
Yes.
Can I swear on here?
AB prefers not. AB says yes. He
Yeah,
shrugs.
no, I don't swear a lot. I just wanted to say, I'm going to say one. Dead ass.
You're excited? I'm
Yeah,
excited that you're
wow,
here.
excited.
I'm excited that you're excited to be here.
I'm crazy excited. I got to keep my composure a little bit.
You know what, Jay, don't get on my nerves
No,
today. So
no,
anyway,
dead ass.
Jay, talk to us. Tell us a little bit about you. Who is Jay Spriggs, the DJ? Who is DJ Jay Spriggs? Let us know. Talk to us. Let's talk.
So I'm a DJ. I've been DJing for like about 10 years outside.
So you don't DJ inside?
Yeah. I learned inside. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm just
just
asking
doing my
if you said
thing.
you DJ
But
outside.
but like out in the public, like, you know what I mean? How getting paid to DJ for a public crowd. Yeah, it's been about 10 years.
That's good.
Yeah, and yeah, that's what it is with me.
What got you into DJing?
I'm a hip hop kid. You know what I mean? I came up in the 80s and 90s. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a DJ. Like, I was just always into hip hop. Once I discovered it, like, you know what I mean? And then once I seen people doing it like live, you know what I mean, in my face, people that I knew, you know what I mean, personally. Once I saw that, because at first it was like only on TV, you know what I mean? And then once I seen people do it in my face from like my neighborhood, I was like, yo, this is what I Just hip hop in general.
We should take it. Favorite hip hop group?
That's a
Top
hard
five.
question. I mean, I'm real. I'm a to be honest, I'm a Wild Deep person. They're just about to drop their like a posthumous album. One of their members is past Prodigy, so they're coming out with an album soon. So I'm like excited for that. So they might be on like the top of my list right now. But I came up under all of that, like De La Soul, Public Enemy, EPMD.
You should be a leader.
Yeah,
You are definitely.
Hey, I'm still here.
Absolutely.
I'm still here.
I'm always grateful for
Yeah,
that, right?
I'm not washed.
So everybody who's in the comments, tell us what you think.
Not washed. Not washed. Let me say that.
Your favorite hip hop.
Like Dr.
Dad,
Umar. Because some people is washed from my era. I'm not washed. Look,
what would you consider washed?
washed. You know washed when you see it.
Right, but everybody has a different definition. So what is your
There ain't
definition?
no different definition for it. There's one definition
Because for
of
me,
washed.
washed is you're in the bed by 7 o'clock.
Yeah, not washed. I'm in the bed by like 9.
Yeah, you're washed.
Yeah.
You're
Like
washed.
10. I got
10 is
responsibilities.
pushing it. 10 is pushing it.
No, I got responsibilities, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get up and do my thing.
All right, let me be specific. Let me restate that. For me, washed is being in bed at 7 o'clock on a Friday.
That's washed.
Yeah, that's washed.
I make it to at least like 8, 8:30.
Yeah, we're washed.
So I wash, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That is what it is. You washed like it?
Probably. Probably why.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying it like it's a bad thing.
No. I
I'm happy to be here.
absolutely love being washed.
Yeah, you come from neighborhoods that like, I don't want to assume nothing, but you know.
No, you got it.
You get old
Stereotyping.
enough to
Right.
be washed. I'm married, I got a kid.
Absolutely.
He said,
I'm happy to be
he said
here.
stereotyping.
Yo,
Yeah, facts.
yeah, look at me up at that. I'm exactly what I'm. Yep. That's where I'm from. I'm from Dorchester.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Where you from?
I was from Dorchester. I was raised in Dorchester. Four Corners to be exact. And you know, came up around the Fields Corner. And yeah, I went to Dorchester Youth Collaborative as a team. So we was always like performing. Started off in a dance group. My first dance group was Raw Moves. We was like quick fingers. If anybody's watching this, if anybody's like watched, they know.
So, I was jealous. I don't
Yeah. Nah, it's some old school. It's some old school. You're asking me, so I'm saying it.
No, yeah, because I want to. You know,
Yeah,
there's people out
that's
there
what I'm
who do know. I just don't.
But that is the real deal. Like I came up in the you know, like Kid and Play era. So I was like, yeah, I'm like the brown skin, the little flat top. My man was like light skin with the big flat top. Yeah, I was Play. My man was Kid. You know what I mean? That's how I came into the game. And then from there, I've been in mad groups. And I'm in a group right now. I'm still
You're in a dance group right now?
No. I'm in a rap group.
Oh, a rap group. You're in a rap group. What's the name of the rap group?
Beanstalk.
Rap.
I'm not going to DJ.
Oh.
Yeah.
I ain't doing this with you today. All right, so born and raised in that, I mean, sorry, I wasn't that fair.
If I been raised, it saved me.
Hip hop saved you?
Yeah, raised me and saved me.
Hey, listen,
I'm still
music
here.
is a healthy gateway.
Yeah,
That's all I got to
a
say.
lot of people's gone. Hey, you know what, too? Before we went deeper, I was coming up here and I just seen on social media that Professor
So we're gonna get
Gray,
there. We're gonna get
you
there.
know Professor Jeff
I'm
Gray?
not sure what I'm supposed to do.
Oh my
So
God.
we're gonna get there. Hold on.
Okay, word.
We're gonna get Jeff this week.
Yeah,
Right
right.
now, this moment is about
It's
you.
about me.
Right now, it's about you. So we'll get to Jeff.
I'm gonna slow down.
So got to you and pretty much got into it from growing up as a kid and just seeing in the neighborhood, just born and raised. What else did you share with us today? That was pretty much it.
Watching
How
people-
did you?
Watching
Oh, you're
people
watching
like,
people, that's right.
watching people like doing all my so TBS1. I'm from that era, Here and Now. Maurice Starr era, was still in the talent. I came up in the talent show era. Like Boston was like, New Edition just got their way, right? So when I started, they had just left. But Maurice Starr, when we started them, he was still around, and he still had groups. He still had groups. They were still doing talent shows at the Lee School and all these, places.
I know the Lee School.
Yeah.
No, I like this. That's a good history lesson.
Yeah, most, yeah.
And not just you, like that is really old school, but people don't realize how rooted Boston is in hip hop history, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think we fell off, obviously, for many reasons, gentrified for health, but Boston hip hop, R&B, folk culture, B-boys, all that. Like,
It was
Yeah.
deep. So like people might not have known because we had such a dry spell during whatever the 90s, 2000s was. It was kind of iffy, but we never really had nobody that was like on. But we did though. We always had the top groups on. You know what I mean? You talk about New Edition. That's the best R&B group ever. You know what I mean? They from here. Gangstar. Keith E from Google. He from here. That's one of the best rap groups ever. You know what I mean? You got New Kids on the Block. That's the best white boy band
And they were your
ever.
neighbors.
Yeah,
Essentially
absolutely.
your neighbors.
Yeah. I came up under them because, like I said, we was in Fields Corner. And then, so imagine the race that was there because you've seen all of that happening. So the people that was coming after that, trying to chase that, I seen like the most talented people ever, like growing up, like on stage at the Strand Theater.
I wish
my
they would
God.
use the strand more like that. I really hope that they reconstruct it and make it pretty.
I mean, also, we did have a dry spell, but I think Spark Events would have like
Absolutely.
the young people, and then shout out Willis. I mean, he's Cambridge, but at the same time.
So now there's a big resurgence of, not even a resurgence, it's an emergence of a Boston rap scene. So like I said, 10 years I've been out. So like 2014 is when I came out and started DJing, out in the public, like I said. And right there, my man's my family, is Michael Christmas. And, I seen them, they came on the rap scene, and then Cousin Stiz, and then that's like Millies and all of them, was coming up here, you know what I'm saying? All those people I met, like back then, I was like grinding, Dutch Rebel, you know what I'm saying? I met her back then. There's just a whole bunch of people, and then as you see, they were grinding, and now look, they all beers with Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying, doing all this stuff. Millies is over here with Jadakiss doing his thing. Who else? There's a whole bunch of people, you know what I'm saying, that get it.
I'm gonna tell y'all, y'all gonna hate me, because I don't remember his name, but he's out of Worcester. He was just
Jordan Lucas.
Jordan Lucas, yes. He's probably one of the best lyricists
Yo, he's
out
on
there.
I seen he got the video, he's in the
Y'all
bed.
teaching me something.
He in the bed with Maya. You know what I'm saying? What you want from him? He's in the bed with Maya. You know what I mean? He's from Massachusetts.
That song. I love that song.
You love Jordan Lucas, son.
I said I love the song. I don't know him, but the song with Maya, but then, oh my God. Anyway, that's not the
That's
topic for
crazy.
tonight.
That's where we at right now.
That
you
is
know
where we
what I'm
are.
saying? But that's where we always really came from.
Understood
And
that
then,
song and video, in the perception of the different perspectives. But anyway, so a little backstory. Jay and I met doing the farmers market for Madigan. And
is that really good?
on my nerves.
Nice.
So the farmers market that Madigan had, I was doing the yoga. He was obviously DJing with his partner.
I'm a community DJ.
And it was a free thing, they have the farmers in the city and there was kids. So I was doing my rounds of asking people if they wanted to come around to the stations to do some yoga. And him and his partner, they came by. And they did some yoga. Did he come by? Or was it just you?
It was just me.
Sorry, my bad. And he came by, he did some yoga stretches, and we exchanged socials.
You tell him how you crack my back.
Yo.
Burr, 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 burr.
Trust me. There's a reason why.
I mean, this is kindergarten. Anything is about to happen, about to be said. You know what I mean?
I ain't had my back cracked like that, and yo, it was crazy. I respect it. I'm here.
Yeah.
So yoga is fantastic for things of that nature. It will definitely give the icks and cracks that you need to crack done. Speaking of which, I have an event September 20th. Token Flow, make sure you're there. It's on Eventbrite. Back to you getting your back crack at the event. So, and that's how we connected. And I was like, hey, you know, you guys have to come on. His partner wasn't available to come on to record tonight, unfortunately, but he was able, and it works. So,
I didn't tell him.
you get on my nerves.
I was trying to hug the spotlight.
So we're gonna go into the questions. So I have these cards, right? So real quick. No, before we do the show. Me and these glasses and I are not gonna wait tonight. So before we get into the topics, we need to bring up our good friend, Professor J. So before we get into the show, we do want to give a moment and give condolences to Justin. Family and anyone that was close to him, anyone that touched him. He did Boston, the Black Trivia for Boston. He came on our show twice. We both went to the academy together. He was class of 2000. I was class of 01. So we kind of go back. Not kind of go back. We went back. So I feel like right now it's about to be a little Latin Academy reunion. Because a lot of us didn't really keep in touch, and some of us did. And now, you know, when traumatizing things like this happen, it usually brings people together. It's usually for a short time, because that's people. But hopefully it doesn't end there. Hopefully when we all do get together again, because we are in like the second half of our lives, this is our reality. You know, hug somebody, tell them you love them. Because we're here today and we're gone today. With that being said, we're going to give Jeff and his friends and his family and everyone's lives that he touched in a positive light a few seconds of silence. And I'm gonna grab this. With that, what you guys say?
Professor Jeff. I met him before I seen him doing the trivia and all that stuff. He had a studio. So I told you I always been in rap group. So I think our studio, something that happened with our studio, I think our studio had closed down or the engineer left. And somehow, some way, I came across Jeff. I don't even know how I met him. I don't know if somebody gave me his number or something like that. But we started going over his house and recording. And he was like such a cool dude. Like, he's a family man. And he was like letting us into his basement to go record. Didn't really know us from nowhere, you know what I'm saying? And he was just like, was so cool, and I was like shocked at that, you know, because I definitely was looking forward to like reconnecting with him, you know what I'm saying? Going to one of those events, one of those tribute joints, and that's so sad, man, because it's always like good people like that, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, so.
People we missed.
Yeah, my condolences to his family and all that stuff, because we used to be in his house, like, you know, his kids is there, his wife's there, you know what I'm saying? And he was letting us do our thing in there, so respect and peace and love to Jeff and his family.
Absolutely.
My baby.
No.
Bringing it down, I feel bad.
No.
I just got that information. I'm
No,
like, yo.
Right, we processed this yesterday.
Oh, yesterday?
he
Yeah, I just seen it like an hour ago.
He's part. I consider him part of the Panic as a kid.
Yeah, he's definitely
You know,
part of
like,
the family.
And you know, shoot, like the fact that people say like this summer was one of Boston's blackest summers we've had in a long time, and for it
That's
to
a
end
fact.
on this note, like I consider him like one of the pillars of black
Pillars in
Boston.
the community.
He's
Yeah.
doing black trivia,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, it's
Yo,
super black.
and he was one of my debate.
Yeah.
Me and him used to go
Yes,
at
he
it
had
on so
sense.
much stuff.
He
He's
was so
intellectual,
smart.
bro. Like he's definitely his presence is gonna be missed. You know?
Everybody told me he was a Latin Academy, that's why he was
He
moving
was
like
a dragon.
that.
He was a dragon.
I'm from the Wolf Pack too, just in case anybody wants to
So
know.
he's from
I'm
Latin
from
school.
Boston
He's
Latin
an
School.
alumni from Latin
Yeah.
school. So, you know,
Oh, you smart, man.
Hey, man. I
us
do what I
exam
can
school
do.
kids, we kind of, you know, be a little different. But, yeah,
Don't get it twisted.
Jeff is going to definitely be always remembered by everybody. Because he was definitely a good guy. All right, so now we got past that part.
What you about
I'm
to
having
ask?
so much fun with these cue cards because I already know what we're gonna talk about. I know the topics in my head this time, but I just want to be cute with my cards.
I don't know if ADD is gonna help. Like, this is gonna be an interesting card.
It's not helping
You
at all.
got like 150 cue cards.
No. Let me give an explanation real quick. So these cards, this is something new for the show. So you know how we've been like asking random questions at the end of the show? These are random questions that I was gonna ask Mr. J if he wanted us to do before the show or after, before we jumped into topics. But I think it'll be best if we wait to the end. What do you think? Wait to the end?
Yeah, do it.
Alright, so we're gonna wait to the end. And these are the questions, it's just random questions. So he's gonna pick one of the cards. And then it's just a fun random thing going on.
I like it.
So, and just to keep in mind, this is a podcast where we just have respectful conversations. He's going to give his perspective on things. I'm going to give mine. Neither one of us are like doctors or therapists. These is just our opinions. Because I know how people can be. People hear what they want to hear and they go off of that. And it's the most amazing thing. The little clips that we'll put up on social media, they're very triggering to people. And I just be sitting back and post like, damn, did y'all watch the whole video? I love when people be like panties in a bunch in the comments over a little snippet like, ooh, you don't know how to think for yourself. You didn't watch the whole video, did you?
I hope we get one of those moments.
So, we were discussing upbringings is going to be one of the topics. It is Hispanic Heritage Month, and as we know, if you didn't know, my family is Afro-Latino. Both my mother and father are from Honduras, Central America, and our fantastic guest here, Jay, is Panamanian and American. And I was like, you know what? That is amazing to grow up in a household like that because I know for me, growing up having Afro-Latina parents, Caribbean parents in a household, inside the house, I was always defending being an American. And then outside with my American friends, if I had any, I was defending being Caribbean.
That's interesting.
So growing up, it was always like a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, people hear you with an accent, they automatically think you're from Jamaica, because you're a kid. And of course, you know, at that time, unless you're from the area, you don't really know too much. So it was always like, oh, why do you guys say rice and beans like that? So with you having, what was it like having a Caribbean mom and an American dad? Like, was the morals and the values different growing up in the house?
Well, I wouldn't know the difference because I was only raised one way, like how I was raised, you know what I mean? My mother's Panamanian, and I was just in a Panamanian world, but I didn't think it was anything different until, you know, you go outside and, you know, like I said, I think I had told you when we first brought it up that I came up in the, you know, as a child, I came up in like the 80s where we didn't have nothing. Everybody was poor. You know what I mean? Yeah, we didn't have nothing. Wasn't no video games or like that out. Like, you know,
you didn't have Atari?
That came like in the later 80s, and if you had it, you was kind of like had some money. Oh. So no, not everybody had like Atari. Like at some point, yeah, I was on one, like 2600. It wasn't mine. You know what I'm saying? All the way up to even when like Nintendo came out, everybody didn't have Nintendo. Like how like Instagram be making it like everybody got money and everybody didn't have. You know what I'm saying? In Boston like that, like I would go to my cousins and them had some money. You know what I mean? So they had the, you know, my cousin got the Nintendo with the Rob. With the robot, if anybody remember that, like that Christmas or whatever that came out.
It was rich.
Look.
It was rich. That's what I'm saying. He had the Rob, he had the robot, the duck hunt, the gun, and all of that. So needless to say, I stayed over there, you know what I'm saying, for like that year or whatever. But going back to the growing up thing, all we had was, we didn't really have bikes, toys, none of that. We had outside rocks and jokes.
Outside was lit though.
Rocks and jokes.
And rocks as long as you didn't get caught.
We had rock. Yeah, we was having rock fights. When you think about it, it sounds crazy, but yeah, that's the life we was living, like playing outside and telling and cracking on each other. You know what I mean? So that was just like the basis of our life. You know what I mean? So like, you just trying to like fit in, not trying to get like cracked on. You know, we all got wearing off-brand sneakers. You know what I'm saying? But still,
Not to cut you off, but pick that thought. What did that teach you growing up as a kid, like morals and values, as far as that now that you're an adult and you can reflect? Whether it was instilled in you by your parent, your mom, or if it was just something you learned along the way.
I ain't like nothing. It was just all trauma. Just trauma. Traumaed out. The hood, trauma.
So you learned absolutely nothing. No
Yeah,
morals, no values.
you learn life was wild. Absolutely. Yeah. I came up, I remember, you know what? I remember life was one way, and then crack came out, and then life was another way. And then through all of that, we was just there like surviving as children, you know, in the mix of that. So what I was getting, like,
Well, you said that you grew up with a Panamanian mom. I grew up with a Honduran mom. I'm half Asian, but not.
Very.
But like, I remember, and I'm probably listening to your story. I'm maybe like I was born in the '80s, but my childhood was the '90s, and it was still as bad. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
So you know, driving through Dudley, they call it Union Square now. You know, my mom would be
It's
looking
never
at
going to be Indian Square. It's always going to be Dudley.
that.
Sorry.
And see my mom, look at these American kids, it's up to no good, but like, you know what I mean? Like, how did she look at you as being influenced by the bad Americans or whatever? You know how to say.
nah, to be honest, my mom was like, just like, you know, you don't notice in the moment, you know, because you're just living. But now when I think back on it, like, yo, she's like in her she's in her mid-20s, in a dangerous hood, just surviving. You know what I'm saying? Doing what she gotta do to get right. I never seen her get like disrespected like that. Like, you know, and I would say, you know, if you really want to be technical, she could be labeled a gangster. You know what I'm saying? She was handling her business. She was doing what she had to do. She wasn't being disrespected to the point where she had enough respect to where when I went outside, I didn't have to do nothing because they would be like, yo, that's Pat's son. You know what I'm saying? And like whatever. And I got like a pass like that. You know what I mean? So she like put in that work. And we never talked, I never heard her talk down on anybody. Like, you know, oh, somebody's American or somebody's like, she never was like that. Never talked bad about.
That is good to know because
Yeah, never.
that's not all of our story.
Never. She was always who she was. She always was speaking Spanish. You know, she's like, you know, our complexion. You know, Honduranians, Panamanians, that's all kind of like the same thing. Dark-skinned Spanish-speaking people. She always, you know, my neighbors. We always was in like a half and half neighborhood. Like, you know, it was always half Spanish, half, you know, black, half Cape Verdean. Like, you know, it was all in a mix. Yeah, it was all in a mix. My neighbors was Puerto Rican. The upstairs was Dominicans. Yeah, second floor was Puerto Ricans. Third floor was Dominicans.
So wait, do we still have communities like that with Bahamas? I feel like
You don't
we're
got
all
communities
separated.
at all
I
because you
feel
don't
like
know
we're all
nobody.
separated now.
You don't know the people that live next door to you. It's not the same. Like we was all like, I came up, like I said, before crack, we was able, like people had their doors open. It was like a whole different vibe, like on some movie type stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like people got their doors open. I could go to like a neighbor's house and get like some water. You know, we outside playing.
That's community.
Yeah, it's super community like that. Like that whole thing where they, you know, you could get in trouble by somebody else down the street and you know what I'm saying, your mom's a co-sign it, all of that. Like yeah, it was like that.
That was definitely the village.
Yeah, it was definitely a village. And
I don't see that much today.
now, and the only thing that, you know, that I regret is that for Spanish being like my mother's first language, like her coming up here having to learn English and whatever, my Spanish is trash. You know what I'm saying? Compared to how it's supposed to be. And the reason why it's trash was because growing up, all you was trying to do was like fit in. You didn't want to stand out like that because people you stand out, you like are a target. You you know what I'm saying? And like my mom calling me from the window, like in Spanish, like, you know what I'm saying? That's like super embarrassing, like, Ma! Like, you know what I'm saying? Um,
I don't know. I can't relate. Can you? Were you embarrassed when your mother used to call you?
Well, like our Hondurans, like we speak English in the house too, right? So for me, I was not really embarrassed about that. Cause the same thing, like you know, my mom taught her bitch in the car, whatever. Like, I grew up in Roxbury, so it's probably way more American black folk, but there was still a lot of like diversity. You know, exactly. Like, I look at the diesel van, with the reading. So like, I was used growing up in that neighborhood. Like, I was used to different types of people. Like, there was way more foreign, way more typical foreign people than me in my neighborhood. So I don't know, it's different. And I don't really get embarrassed like that.
Yeah.
I never really embarrassed.
Takes a lot to embarrass.
yeah, so that's probably one of my shortcomings, you know what I'm saying? When they're like, not be made fun of and stuff like that. We was just going hard as kids, so.
I would say this. I'm half Haitian, right? I didn't grow up like my Haitian side is from my father, but a lot of my friends didn't really know my Haitian side. And some of them, like the Jamaicans and stuff like that, like they got some of them not Haitian. Like just tell them, like, you know what I mean? Like Haitians used to get it bad.
Hey, now we're talking about viral
clips.
Let's keep it real. We talk about viral clips, right? I grew up in the era where Haitians wasn't saying they was Haitian. They was saying they was like Jamaican or whatever they was. They definitely wasn't saying they was Haitian. And that's why I have so much respect for Haitian people. I got so much respect for them, their culture, their movement, because we had it bad, just being black or whatever we had in the neighborhood. Then on top of that, Haitian people had it worse than that. Like the poor black people in the neighborhood was piled on top of Haitian people as if we was better than them. You know what I'm saying? I told somebody this story. I told my daughter this story too. It's like when I found out, like, when I had to be like self-awareness, like you can't be like a follower. And I can remember this. I don't want to trigger nobody, but I can remember, we was getting bused from my neighborhood. I didn't go to the schools that was in my neighborhood. We got bused. So in elementary school, I was going to the Murphy, which is over there by the Posse. You know what I mean? So we used to catch our bus in Four Corners. And then the bus used to go down, Bowden and then come down Geneva. The bottom of Westville in Geneva, mad Haitian people used to be getting on the bus. And the kids used to be being like crazy mean to them. You know what I'm saying? And you kids, you like following what other kids do, like, like whatever. And they used to be like, they stink or whatever it was, like, a bunch of like big.
They got some real amazing work. You should have some
They're beautiful people. They're beautiful people.
No, everybody want to be Haitian now. Like,
strong people
I
now.
always, let me tell you, so I grew up in high school.
It ain't been like that forever. Haitian people being out in the public and being accepted and being like strong and all of that. It took the Fugees to come out in '96 to give them the boost of confidence that they needed to like start really like being who they're supposed to be and taking over. Because now you look around, Haitians run shit. I seen it in whenever they let them, once they got there on the float in the parade, because the Haitians didn't have no float in the parade. And then once they got their float in the parade, I seen them coming up the street, like thousands deep, with their flag. From there, there was no turning back. And they living out there who they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? I respect them, but they had a hard, long road. Like, if you Haitian now, you got it super easy. Because y'all like lit. There's people that's like seeking out Haitian people, like, I want a Haitian boyfriend or whatever. I don't want a Haitian girlfriend. It wasn't like that in the 80s and 90s, not at all. So,
good time comes
big up.
Change is always great.
Absolutely.
I wanted to piggyback off of the statement that Holly said earlier when he was saying, our parents, well, he said his mom, but my mom is the same way that we did say like we might be kids of this, that, and the third. And the reason why I wanted to have this conversation is because I feel like that's still happening today in 2025, unfortunately.
What?
Where there's still that fight with Caribbeans, with Muslims and Muslims. And honestly, the culture is pretty much, the way that they're raised, the values and morals, is kind of similar. They're very similar. The only thing that's simply with us was like a flag. You know, the problem.
Well, to be honest, Caribbean people have much more love in their hearts for people. I believe. I feel that. Like I didn't notice the difference, right?
But how can you say something?
You know
like
what?
that? You know all of the things, you know all.
No, I know, but I just know my experience. So what my experience was is I'm just in my house and I'm chilling. Like I said, we was poor. I was never hungry. There was always rice and beans on my stove, always some type of meat or like whatever, and I was just taking that like that was regular. And then my people would be coming over my house and they would be like super excited to eat, like, you know what I'm saying, mother's food and, you know, like whatever. And I was just thinking like, you know, that's the food I always see in there. I don't even want it. And they would be like dogging, just happy to have like that. And then I started going over their houses, like the Black American people. It wasn't that same type of thing going on in there. For real. You know, and I can now, when I look at both of them, like, okay, even with like how my grandmother, how my aunts, you know what I'm saying, with the petty inside, like the love they show, you know what I'm saying, to the kids. It's different than a lot of Black American households. It was to me.
I don't know. I really not. I'm always looking at these things now in the phone because, as I mentioned, I have a shelter. So I didn't really get to go into that house and see how the
So
life
you know
is.
what I'm trying to tell you now.
And I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no. If you listen, 10 seconds ago, I just said I'm speaking from my adult experience. Because earlier in the show, I stated I was sheltered. So I don't know that. So I can't speak. I'm not saying the experience is
When
invalid.
you say you shelter, what does that mean?
I couldn't go nowhere. From school to home school, that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. School to home school. Went anywhere else.
Until what age?
Shoot. I think
Because I was only going to school to home in two for a long time.
I got a job when I was 14. That was my
So we all kind of started going out before 14. You know, not many people were like running the streets.
that's my house.
I was at my cousin's house. My cousins and them, and we, like I said, it was neighborhood. A little bit.
I couldn't go to the neighbor's house.
But it's a different era that you grew up in, so you're
I
right.
was like
Yeah.
500 times, 10, 7 times. Not that far.
No, not at all.
However, girls are raised different from boys.
That's a fact. They should be.
They should not be.
Absolutely should be.
Um,
It's a different, y'all fighting a different battle over there.
Absolutely, we're all fighting different battles. I don't disagree with that. However, simultaneously, we both still keep it up in the end of the day.
You can't raise your son and brother in the exact same way.
That's
Not
not
out
really the
there.
topic for tonight, so we're not going to get there.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
we're going to stick with the topic at hand
It's getting hot.
because we're talking, it's not getting hot, it's just I like to stay focused. And the topic that we're discussing right now is, for me in my head, the way that cultures like to make things when they're not. This is kind of where I was trying to do that.
Like what?
There's a lot of
Explain.
the everyday human already has most of the time like already formulated about someone, something, a situation, right? So until you get to know said person or people is when you'll be able to change that perspective. So now that I'm an adult and I have a lot of Black American friends, I feel like what I was taught as a child in a Caribbean home is not exactly the truth.
So you think it was like, so in your Caribbean household they talk down on Black Americans?
Yes. I wasn't allowed to have American friends growing up.
Wow.
I'm just being honest.
Wow.
I wasn't.
Good. Thank you for your honesty.
I wasn't allowed it. I wasn't even allowed. Let me tell you something. As the girl, the last girl, I wasn't allowed to do a lot. Okay, so there's that part. My brother wasn't home. Well, outside, I couldn't go outside.
What was the reason you was given?
So they don't have manners. They're lazy. They're disrespectful. So things of that nature, I couldn't.
You're lazy, huh?
That's
like some white supremacy.
That's 100% what it is.
I'm just saying, that's how we were raised.
But America was raised.
Well, my house, I can't say all.
No,
I can't say all.
No, I believe you. Because like I said, being half Latino, I was able to experience the Latino side where, like I said, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, if you knew my mom, then you didn't consider me to be Black American. You would think that I was just like my mother and son, Panamanian. So I got to have a first-hand seat to hear how bad they talk about Black Americans. They would like talk about them bad, you know what I'm saying, in front of me, but they didn't consider me one.
Because I was born here. Like,
So you was,
I'm an American. So like I said, I was in my house, I'm defending being an American. And then outside, to the Americans, I'm defending being British.
but both your parents are from
Over
Honduras.
there, mother and father.
So you're actually Honduran.
I get that.
You're
However,
not Black American.
I get that.
Okay.
A lot of people will say that whatever your father is what you are. What you say?
I love South Dakota. I mean, cause y'all were touching. I don't know if y'all were aware of it, but y'all were touching a topic that's been kind of ruling in the background in Black community for a long time.
It drives me crazy. That's why I wanted to talk about it. It drives
I know
me nuts.
Yeah, they're doing the FBA thing. Yeah, you know, it's sad, but like I said, I can only talk from experience, and we should all be together.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Because, as I was trying to say, now that I'm an adult and I have American friends, and I was born in America, so that makes me American by birth, right? Naturally being born here, I'm American. However,
like now,
having,
once you got,
hush, your turn. However, having Caribbean parents and the things that they say, and even recently on Instagram, I don't know if you guys saw this, there was lady was like, how there's a parade, all the Caribbean people are coming out, and then, you know, we should start asking them for their green card. Why are we going so far?
You know why?
This is
Because
crazy
it's
to
the
me.
disrespect. It's the disrespect.
Why can't we come together? I don't understand how people can see where this administration is taking us. Hold on, don't go yet. Prior to the administration already separating us, we were already separated by languages, this, that, and the third. But we all do the same thing. If you either eat arroz con pollo, or you eat pelao, or you eat rice and beans, or you eat peas and rice. It's all the same thing. Why are we really fighting and going through all this? I'm so confused, and I would really like for somebody to tell me when will this stop.
It's been passed down through.
I really just want it to stop.
Yes, passed.
It's so exhausting. It's exhausting.
The problem is how you said you was raised. You was raised by your parent. You're supposed to be the one raising you up. And they're telling you all this propaganda about Black Americans. Now, once you get a chance to experience Black Americans, you find out that Black Americans are the most violent people on the planet. Over all of that. Like, yeah, you got a lot of culture, Panamanians, Hondurans, Haitians, Cape Verdeans, all of that. But the root style of flavor and just everything is Black American.
When I travel, as much as people down talk America, they want to be like us so bad.
That's it. Now look at the disrespect. Now look at it from the Black American standpoint. Look at the disrespect that they have to endure. First, we have to endure it from white people. And then you get past that, and then you got people that look like you coming at you with disrespect, with no basis of those things that they're talking about. Where do you get off that saying that Black Americans are lazy and they're unmanly and all of that? That's all just propaganda that they was given, that they spewed back.
Because I know a lot of Americans that have a lot of money.
So look what Black Americans got to fight through for all of these years. So to get to a point where at some point you're going to be like, yo, y'all going to have to back down. Y'all going to have to back down. Who's y'all? All of y'all. It's not white people. It's not Asian people. It's all of y'all got to back down because Black American culture is the #1 culture leading the planet.
I think you're making the situation worse.
But it's the truth. And if you're not gonna at least acknowledge that, you gotta at least acknowledge that for us to get to a place where we can come together. But if you're not gonna acknowledge that Black Americans is the top shotter of the whole thing, then where are we going? Because you wanna be like, oh no, they're kinda equal. No, they're not. Black Americans is the top. Everything comes from Black Americans. And everything, it is what it is. I'm half and half. And I love the culture that I got from my own mom is like what makes me feel even more dope because I got the Black American thing, but then I got some songs on top of it. But without the Black American part, if I was Panamanian, it's not. I wouldn't get it, like how you may not get it. If you're not black, and you're not understanding the struggle that Black people have gone through, and that we still go through.
I don't know about a struggle.
No.
I'm a
You don't.
Black woman in America.
You do.
Afro-Latina woman in America. Don't tell me about no struggle.
You're still open-minded to the fact that maybe we're all like on the. It's not like that. Like.
It's not like that because
You're
there's
black,
people.
You're Black first, and then everything else after that.
And I agree with you on that. However, the reason why things can't change is because there's people that think what. And if we all are like what you just said.
But like what part though?
If we can actually view each
part that you
other,
feel is wrong?
I don't think it's wrong. I think it's the difference of mindset. And there's nothing wrong with having a different set of mindset. It's just that's where you find people who are rich, between like-minded individuals. We can come together and stop this war with all that whatever and thinking, oh, this person is better than the next, because they're not. Everyone's fighting against each other for what? To say you're better, how? How?
You're right. So
How am I right?
how the fight started? The fight started with people talking shit about Black people. We don't talk shit about other cultures like that until y'all come with your shit. And then we're gonna come back. And when we come back, it's like, oh my God, this is how they, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. We have to endure a lot to get this thing going. It wasn't, look at, when you see those, when you watch those videos, right, of whatever, back in the days, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, whatever that is, right? Where is the Latino people?
They didn't talk to each other.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Where were they? Like the Black people are there.
I wasn't in the South
They're in the struggle,
Is
right?
they even in?
Where's the
No,
backup?
where are they now? Where's the Spanish people at now? They're not down south.
Where's the Asian people?
They're not down.
Everyone who
There
takes
might be
from
like
Black
a
culture,
sprinkle
where
here
were
and
they?
there.
Where were they and where are they when the fight is for Black causes? They don't show up. Black people show up for everybody. Black people show up for everybody. Who shows up for Black people?
I don't know. I'm in the middle.
Okay,
I
sorry.
can't answer that. Because I just
Yeah,
think
so,
for everybody. So I'm like my business now. That's why I say house.
I don't know, like, I think both of you guys, right? Like, so this is interesting, because this literally like falls into my wheelhouse, right? I study critical history, in particular, just tracing Black people throughout Western culture. And it's crazy that we're having these fights knowing where it comes from. And it comes from the same place a lot of this stuff comes from. White supremacy. Right? You asked earlier where it's, and now I'm not picking a side. Like I'm not, I don't want to pick a side. Because I feel like it's a family fight.
I don't want to pick a side. I just want unification.
But what we gotta remember is that white people did what they needed to do to keep the cash flowing. The cash flowing because of slaves, right? Free labor.
Right.
And when white people started seeing slave revolts, successful slave revolts in the Caribbean, they propagandized us. That's where all these views about Haitians and voodoo and all this other stuff came from, right? And it infiltrated them.
Because Haitians is the first successful revolt to like really put it down like that, and now
and then when black people in America fought for their freedom, I know a lot of white people were like, white people were the ones that black people did a lot to earn their freedom, right? That's when white people again tried to keep y'all down by comparing you to us. That animosity between these two groups has nothing to do with this. Has everything to do with a group of people, powerful people trying to keep us separate. And it's sad. I don't know, you guys don't think so, but when you look online and see these arguments between ethnic and Caribbean people, all that, it's stupid. It's a waste of time because there's nothing. We all are the same people. Like, and I get what you're saying, like African American culture is, look at K-pop. There'd be no K-pop without African American culture. Right. But at the same time, African American culture is a combination of Southern black culture, Northern black culture. And when you look at Northern black culture, you can't talk about Northern black culture and even some Southern black culture without the integration of Afro-Latinos and Caribbeans into that. It's all a mix. In the 60s, there were plenty of Afro-Latinos and Caribbeans. Malcolm X's mom is from the Caribbean, right? Like Marcus Garvey, Jamaican, he started the Black Liberation Movement, right? Like in the countless Black Americans, descendants of slaves, that Martin Luther King Jr. like that fought for freedom and unity between us, right? But I don't know, bro.
But like you said, it's all from white supremacist talking
That's what it is.
points,
That's
right?
what we should be fighting.
Now that's what we're supposed to fight.
The government has us all mad at each other.
That's right. And
it's the government.
That's how it's always been. Since the times we was in kings and queens, in the castles and whatever. They're in the castles, they got the gold, they got the grapes, and they getting fed and all of that. But the only way they can do that is from taking from the people from outside of the castle. Mm-hmm. You keep taking from those people and taxing those people, at some point, they're gonna be like, yo, why are we giving our taxes to these people, you know, and we don't have nothing? So what you gotta do is you gotta get them to bicker amongst each other and keep them occupied so we can stay up here in our castle and be kings and queens. That's how it's always been. They start getting like they acting like they about to start getting riled up. Let's go bring them the Coliseum. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring them the circus.
Let them fight.
Let's entertain them, or if not entertain them, keep them fighting amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're doing now. We're fighting amongst each other now. Even what I said, you know, those talking points, and you got Caribbean people saying they're talking down on black people, and you know we don't like them or whatever. Who the number one people who really don't like black people is black people. So now we talk. Now we talking. So that's I want to get that on the record. Yeah, I said everything I was saying about all those other things, but like let's keep it real. Who else don't like, you know, American black people? The top hater of American black people is American black people. So once we in it like that, the soup is like too thick. There's too many, you know, nasty ingredients in there, and it got us all, you know, stirred up. And that's like crazy. You know what I mean?
Extremely crazy.
Yeah.
Amy just gave me the high five. We didn't get to our last topic yet, and I need to touch the topic.
I'm
So you
sorry.
can go to the questions.
So we're gonna go dive into it real quick, real briefly. I promise you now. I'm gonna go through it real quick because I know I feel like Javi's gonna have a nice piece for this because I love Javi and I don't highlight anyone's relationship. However, I've seen the growth of their marriage and I value marriage and I respect marriage. So with that being said, I was so extremely annoyed when when Offset of all people. I know sometimes it's not the delivery or the deliverer, it's the message. To hell with that. How is he gonna say, or any man, not just Offset, but any man who does what he did in their marriage, to go out and publicly say they don't suggest marriage for men? Like, bro, you cheated the whole time. I don't think you should have anything to say about anything besides how to cheat. Because that's all you're good at. I never heard his music and I don't care to. And it's not like, yes, I am a Cardi fan. And because she's so extremely transparent and doesn't bite her tongue about things is why I rock with her. And I will always respect anybody who is 100% transparent about who they are. That doesn't put up an image. So for this bitter man to come on the people that internet, youngest internet, and say, men shouldn't get married, he's bitter. And he is really the last person on earth to even give such a type of a suggestion. If you're married to the right person, marriage can be very beautiful. It's when you're married to the wrong person, or when a relationship with the wrong person is wrong. It won't be nice. And of course, even, hold that thought, pin it. But don't make it too long because we don't have time. Even when I see women doing it, I'm like, ooh, somebody did her dirty. And I know they're gonna come for me. I know they're gonna come for me. They're gonna, oh no, she said just
doing what?
Say, like doing what Offset did.
What?
Being bitter online. Like, oh, love is horrible, don't do it. Like, why? You just had a bad experience. You can't nestle everybody into that one experience. I don't like when people do that. I don't like when people do that. My heart has been broken several times, but I will always go back and love again. Because love is dope. We've had this conversation before. I think, was it Jeff that was on my show when we talked about love being a drug? Love is a drug. Love is absolutely a drug. And when you don't have it, a lot of people get depressed when they don't have love in their lives, like genuine, real love. So for all you men and or women who feel the way Offset feels, y'all need to be around people who are actually being loved properly, and maybe you'll have a different outlook on what love looks and feels like. You're around miserable people. That's why you feel and think like that. And because you had a few bad experiences, you're allowing those bad experiences to deter how you really and truly feel inside. As humans, we're built to be loved by somebody the right way. So when you get your little heart broken and you're like boo-hooing, that's good. Go to therapy or something. Go talk to a friend, a counselor, a cousin, somebody that's gonna listen to you and tell you like, these feelings are valid and this is gonna pass, and when it does, go do it again. You got 2 seconds. Time is going. Hurry up, because I want to get to my cards. This was the highlight of the show. You crazy.
Well, you said,
A mouthful.
yeah, you said a lot.
And I don't like how people's coming after Sierra's husband either, because he's a football player. He don't fumble.
No. Well, number one, you said it's about people's experience, so you gotta take, you don't take advice from somebody who ain't never been through anything.
But he has been through it. He just had a bad experience when he went through it. So you really can't listen to that. There's people out there who have had bad experiences and will still go and be like, you know what? This may not have worked out, but this is the part I played in it. And if I am to entertain a relationship again, this is how I will be better. That's when you know somebody is not bitter about a relationship.
I'm not on Offset's side at all.
I'm not on anybody's side. I'm speaking in general.
But what I will say is, he's speaking from experience. So,
of sticking his prick in other places. Like
now,
what? I would have divorced him too. The fuck?
We don't. What's the background on that? Like, how you know what happened? Because I don't think me or you wasn't there.
We weren't there.
We
weren't there. However, the majority of men that I know if their woman, girlfriend, wife, fiance, whatever, was to cheat on them, even if it was their side piece, they wouldn't stay.
That's a fact. We're two different species.
So the
It's
fact,
an in and
okay,
an out.
so do you want to stay on Cardi and Offset, or do you mean in general? Because if you want to,
No,
we can, but we don't have that kind of time, so I need you to pick a card.
Go ahead.
We have time to go?
Alright.
Oh, go.
I was like,
What you mean? As far as
Are you speaking specifically on their situation or in general with cheating?
I mean, you brought up them, so like
No, I
let's
only
take
use
them.
Offset as an example.
Well, you said he's bitter because he said
And I also said anyone, man or woman that
men
speaks
don't need
like
to
him.
get married.
Right, I said male or female that speaks like him are bitter. That's what I
He's
said.
speaking from his experience
It's
that he
bitter
had.
ass experience when he was a badass husband. Go ahead.
We wasn't there.
Bro, if she did,
Relationships is
yes, they
super
are
hard.
super hard.
And
However, if a woman did
it's not
what
the
he
same.
did to her,
We're
they
not the
would
same.
leave.
Absolutely.
And then they'd be like, oh, women need to choose better. And
But-
then when we
but-
leave, we still bad. We can't win. We
But
don't
what
have
I-
a
what
race
I-
in
what
the
I-
dog fight.
What I will say is, men, for the most part, we be doing dumb stuff, right? Women are, when you come to that, women are a little bit smarter. They move a little bit more. They just move a little better than men do, right? Men are raised with a different set of rules and standards than women are.
As far as
Women-
what?
Women are coming out the gate to be like, yo, I'm gonna sleep with as many men as I can from the age of 15 to 17 or whatever. Now they are. That's why society is going in the way it's
So wait,
going.
stay on topic. So you think that's okay? So because he was raised to stick his prick every which way, at what
That's not
point?
his fault.
It is his fault, because at what point does he say this is not okay?
He's saying
He's
it
a
now.
grown ass man. He has
He's saying it now.
3 or 4 kids with his wife. You know what I mean? So at what point does
He's
he
saying-
take accountability for
He's
his
saying
own
it now.
dick
He's saying
to
it
not
now.
go into places it
He's
ain't
like,
supposed
hey,
to go?
you know what? The marriage thing ain't because number one, we going off this American thing
hear
that
me
was
out.
given to us with the wife and the husband and the dog and the picket fence and all of
The
that.
American dream isn't the
That's-
American dream, but that's another topic. That's a
Right.
whole different topic. We're talking about infidelity and people who should not give advice about
African
relationships.
American.
No, it don't got nothing to do with that. You know what
African
people
kings
are,
is
'cause
supposed
you-
to have a bunch of wives.
Africans, and they got money. Go.
Yeah, you're supposed to have enough to take care of them.
And the wives also are aware of the other wives. If you're not telling all your women about the
sucker
other
shit.
women, you're a sucker.
Absolutely.
Pick a card.
Rick,
Absolutely.
what questions you doing?
Only one.
One of the questions.
He picks one. What did you pick? Read it.
If you had a superpower, what would it be? That's your asking one.
You asking me? If I had a superpower, my superpower would be to read people's minds, so I can know in advance what I'm getting into.
All right.
What? No. What's your super? That was your question.
That's my card.
You're the guest. It was your question, but you threw it at me, so I don't mind.
My superpower would be to have all superpowers.
Yo, when he did, we go to Atlanta. That's amazing.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I wouldn't want all the superpowers. I really and truly wouldn't, because that's way too much going on for me anyway as a person.
Yeah.
But I ain't mad
I
at
can see
that.
through walls, shoot
I'm not
lasers,
mad at
fly,
that.
all of that.
I'm not mad at that. I don't want all that.
Disappear,
I just want to know
rebounds.
what's up
Yeah.
here. I just want to know what's up here, because people lie so much, you just don't really know the genuineness of the person. So I want to know what's here before. I need people to come with a label, like a
That's
caution
gonna drive
label.
you crazy.
Warning! No, it won't.
You're gonna be so disappointed
I'm already disappointed.
if you knew what everybody was thinking.
It's
You'd be
easier
so
for me.
disappointed.
With that being said, peace, love, and light. Thank you, Mr. J, for coming
Yeah,
on.
the
If they
Gazzles.
need to book you for a DJ, where can they find you?
DJ Spriggs. I'm on Instagram. Yeah, we go to
DJ Spriggs on all
Yeah.
platforms.
yeah.
So make sure you tune into Pandagasms on all listening platforms as well. We are on iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon. The list goes on. So make sure you tune in 7:30 p.m. every Wednesday. We are here. Tune into your platform to hear us on all the listening thingy mabobbits. And make sure you come out on the 20th to the Token Flow. Peace, love, and light. Thank you.
Peace. I didn't mean nothing I said.
So I forgot I had battery power issues to deal with. So,
Hey, it is what it is. We got through it.
yeah.
Who's over here? Hi guys, did you enjoy the last part of the show? Sorry, it felt kind of like this one.
Peace.
And I wasn't thinking maybe we could do that tonight if you didn't.
It's going down in here. See, my eyes are a little low.